Hey, I'm Matt Haley from the Matt Haley Companies here at WBOC's historic Studio D. You're watching Delmarva Life.
And we love having Matt Haley in our kitchen. Can't wait to start cooking. Well, this time of year, there are so many momentous occasions to celebrate, from graduations to weddings or perhaps the birth of a child. What about memorializing someone you love? Well, these are special moments you want to remember for years to come, and our next guests have a few neat ideas on how you can do just that. Jody Youngling and Beverly Vollmer are co-owners of Classic Custom Framing and Gallery Incorporated in Salisbury. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. So I'm going to start with you, Bev. We're talking about shadow boxes, and you brought some in. What exactly are they?
They are actually frames that we build a box depending upon what you're including in the box, and that's why they're called custom, framed shadow boxes, because we can make them any size, any depth, using any type of material, depending on what you bring in that you want to put in the box.
Right, and they can be anything. Your child's ballet slippers.
Absolutely.
I saw you had one
yes,
there.
Yes. And with that particular shadow box, to add a little more interest to it, we put some sheet music behind it. That can be something that if you have a particular child, like the Nutcracker or anything like that, you wanted to use a particular kind of music in behind there. Just anything that adds a little more interest to it.
And another one has military medals in
Yes,
it.
yes. Right now there's so much focus on our military, and we do a lot of Father's Day's coming up, and Memorial Day weekend. Those are nice ways to get those out of the box and out of the drawers and things like that, and actually give your grandchildren something to remember their grandparents by, because a lot of times they don't have that relationship. It's nice for them to be able to associate what their grandfather or grandmother in some cases, did for them.
And one of them that I really like is one that was done for a Father's Day present with fishing. Tell me about how you put that together.
Well, it actually was a competition that we were doing for the store, and we were entering a shadow box. And one of our employees, Ann, was coming up with the idea, and we all kind of like mingled it together, and we did a local postcards for Lewis and stuff. And the lady that works with us, her husband carves, so he carved a little fish, and we got the fishing rod, and the picture actually is of Ann and her father. When she was young, they went fishing together all the time, so the photo that's in it is actually her and her dad fishing.
So what should we keep in mind when we're getting things together for a shadow box?
The continuity of it, it would have to be kind of the same items.
Needs to tell a story.
A story, that's what it does, it tells you a story. It can be babies, dresses, christening dresses, shoes, any of that kind of stuff. We have grandparents, like if they had a special brush or a set of pearls or different earrings. It can be doilies, it can be anything.
But the more items, the more meaning?
Yes. Pictures are always nice.
It personalizes it.
And the other thing that we do with a lot of our shadow boxes is on the back of them, we tend to put a pocket. So if you have stories that you want to remember to write down and include that with that, so that when that's handed down through generations, that those stories stay with that, so that they have some sense of who that person was.
Now graduation time is here, and I know that mothers collect a lot of things for graduation. So you do those as well?
Yes.
Yeah, we do the announcements, the name cards, diplomas.
The diploma.
We've done tassels with the hat.
Hats.
You can do sports, if there's an athletic sports and they get their the little pins and stuff for what they played. You can do that as a memorial in a box.
Now, one thing that I noticed is that you do all sizes, and we talked about Memorial Day, and you have a flag that's actually in a shadow box. Tell me about that.
That actually was something that a customer brought in, and it was the largest one that we've ever done. And sometimes we're challenged with the availability of materials because they only come in, the largest is like a 96-inch. So what we actually did with that was we created the flag to look like that it was, actually waving. Yes, and that's done with using a conservation grade batting underneath to give it some support, and then sewing it in place.
It's all hand sewn.
Oh, wow.
Days worth.
Shadow boxes are time intensive. Like for instance, the fishing shadow box that we did took weeks. That wasn't a couple of days. That was actually a a week or so.
And of course, wedding pictures. You know, we all love to remember our wedding.
Yes.
And you do that as well?
Yes, and now there's anything from the very formal, you know, inside churches and when synagogues and what have you, as well as outside. So you can frame your pictures accordingly if you want something more formal, if you want something a little more casual. There's all types of things that we can do with them.
All right, Bev, Jody, thank you so much. Great
Thank you for having
ideas to pass down through generations. Well, still ahead on Delmarva Life, we Americans love our food. And next week is the premiere of the American Baking Competition. We get a behind-the-scenes look at the show. Plus, we're in the kitchen with Chef Matt Haley. Today, we're making a light seafood dish that is perfect for the holiday weekend. But first, the Do Tour is coming to Ocean City next month, and we're kicking it off with 5 days of prizes. We asked you to do what inspires you and send us your pictures. You delivered, and now it's time for our viewers to vote on their favorite shots. To vote, just go to delmarvalife.com. Click on the show tab. There you will find the contest link. Once we tally the votes, we'll give away one prize a day, June 10th through the 14th. Now, prizes include a BMX bike, an autographed skate deck, Do Tour premium passes, and other Do Tour swag. So let your voice be heard and vote in our Do What Inspires You contest. We'll be right back.